Have you ever had it all and yet felt like a wreck inside? Have you looked at your bank account, your career, your life, and seen impressive numbers, but felt a deep emptiness, an anxiety that won't let go, a loneliness that consumes you? I understand. Believe me, I saw this story unfold up close with a woman who on the outside was the embodiment of success, but inside was at war. She discovered the only prayer you need to find peace today, a prayer of just 6 verses, which has the power to transform chaos into tranquility, scarcity into abundance. And this prayer isn't a secret. It's in the Bible. It's Psalm 23. And today, I'll reveal to you how it can be the key you need to change your life, just as it changed the life of a woman named Gabriela. The story begins with Gabriela. At 45, she was a high-ranking executive at one of the country's largest construction companies. Her career reflected her ambition. She climbed each rung with determination, stepping over each obstacle as if it were a stepping stone. Her salary was enormous, her home a mansion in a luxury condominium with glass walls and a breathtaking view. But the price of all this was peace. Peace became a rare currency in her life. She slept only 3 or 4 hours a night, her mind a whirlwind of spreadsheets, deadlines, and meetings. Her relationships were falling apart. Her husband, Marcos, felt like a stranger in his own home. Her son, Pedro, a teenager who needed her, saw his mother as a hurried shadow, always connected to her cell phone, always absent. Faith, once a pillar, had become a Sunday obligation. A quick prayer, said quietly in the car, more out of superstition than conviction. The turning point came in a massive project, a multi-million-dollar contract that promised to be the pinnacle of her career. But it began to crumble. A key partner backed out. The budget was overrun, and an impossible deadline loomed. The weight of impending failure was a ghost that haunted her day and night. The fear of losing everything, of seeing her successful empire crumble, suffocated her. Anxiety was a monster that devoured her from within. One night she got up, went to the kitchen, and stared at it with teary eyes. The kitchen, with its state-of-the-art appliances, felt cold and empty. The life she had built with so much effort felt like a sandcastle about to be swept away by the tide. She felt a physical pain, a pain in her chest that forced her to kneel on the cold floor. She had no strength left, she had no words left, only tears. And it was there, in that moment of total and utter surrender, that she remembered a single prayer her mother used to recite, Psalm 23. She recited it softly, as if she were sharing a secret with the universe. And the first verse, in its simplicity, struck her like a revelation. 1. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Gabriela had always been her own shepherd. She guided her own life, made her own plans, and believed that success was the sole fruit of her own effort. She never truly trusted that God could provide, and because of this, she always felt something was missing: peace. As she recited this verse, she felt, for the first time in years, relief. She surrendered. She surrendered control. She realized that her relentless pursuit of more was merely a reflection of her distrust, and with this surrender, a new journey began. 2. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. The next day, Gabriela woke up with the same anxiety, but with the promise of the psalm in her mind. She had a crucial meeting, a desperate attempt to save the project, but instead of jumping out of bed and going to the meeting, she did something she had never done before. She stopped. She went to the balcony, sat in a chair, and for long minutes felt the sun on her face, listened to the bird song, and simply breathed. She felt a peace, a calm that surprised her. She let herself rest. And it was in this tranquility that a thought, an idea came to her, an idea that seemed insane. She needed to find the architect who had designed her beach house, an architect she had fired years ago. 3. Restore my soul. Her soul was in pieces. Her faith was in ruins. She had distanced herself from everything important in her life. Her soul needed repair, and the psalm promised this restoration. She called the architect, asked forgiveness for her past behavior, and arranged to meet for coffee. It was an act of humility, the opposite of her nature. At the coffee shop, she opened her heart, confessed her exhaustion, and spoke of her new search for peace. The architect, surprisingly, was understanding, and at the end of the conversation she said, "You know, Gabriela, I have a friend who works with a company that can help you with the missing piece of your project, and she's a woman of faith." The restoration of her soul was opening doors to the restoration of her life. 4. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. She met with the architect's friend, a woman named Helena. The meeting wasn't about contracts, but about purpose. Helena spoke about Psalm 23, about the path of a good shepherd, about the honesty and integrity God demands. She proposed to Gabriela that instead of seeking a solution to her problem, she seek a path of justice. The solution being transparent with her clients. Helena suggested that she tell the truth, expose the problem, and trust in God. It was advice her old self would never have accepted, but guided by the psalm, she did. 5. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. The meeting with the project's investors was the next day. Gabriela entered the meeting room with a peaceful heart. She didn't have the solution, but she did have God's presence. She explained the situation honestly, with the calm of someone who trusts in something greater, and instead of being humiliated, she received support. The investors, impressed by her honesty and unusual peace, said they wouldn't give up on her. And a week later, a company which had heard of Gabriela's honesty invited her to partner. 6. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies, and your goodness and your love will follow me all the days of my life. The new project was an innovative, sustainable business that combined construction with philanthropy. The table was set. Where there had been fear and scarcity, there was now peace and prosperity. Not the prosperity of $1 million, but the prosperity of a purposeful life. Peace became her true wealth. And Gabriela understood that Psalm 23 is not a prayer to obtain things, but a prayer to obtain the shepherd. And when you have the shepherd, everything you need is already on its way. Do you believe this really happened? Have you ever experienced something similar? If this story touched you, it's because this video needed to reach you. It's a call for you to also recite this psalm today and begin your journey back to peace. I invite you to join us. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos, and leave your comment below. The Lord is my shepherd. Share this video with someone who needs new hope. Because when we share the blessing, it multiplies. And I'll see you in the next video.